Hi folks, my name is Joe Shackle from the Ag Engineering Department, and we, along with Plant Nurse Science Department, lead the JTerm in India program. So JTerm in India starts out in Bangalore, and that's a city in south central India with about 1,000-year history, but filled with glass and steel office towers of Microsoft, Oracle, and all the tech companies. So at Bangalore, we join with the University of Agricultural Sciences, and we visit several agricultural research sites in the area, a palace, fortress, and other sites around this city of about 12 million inhabitants. From there, we spend a few days at a fairly quiet, rural, religious retreat town, where we visit local organic farms, businesses, temples, and shrines. From there, we move to a larger city and begin about a 1-week short course at the India Central Food Technology Research Institute, or CFTRI. That would be similar to the FDA here in the USA. From there, we make several excursions to places like a wildlife sanctuary, elephant park, waterfalls, and a coffee plantation. So at this time, the JTerm in India is listed as Crop 389 or AET 389. Students have been able to count this as their Global Perspectives Gen Ed. The only prereq is a willingness to go outside of your comfort zone and try new things. So before we leave though, we meet several times in the fall semester. We get an introduction to India's cultures, religions, and society, and that helps us be polite guests in the country. We also review traveling abroad in general and cover issues covering health and safety, medical issues, and money. Students write a pre-travel essay on what they expect blank to be like in India, where blank is just a topic or something of the student's interests. Then, while you're in country, we require students to keep a daily journal or photo diary with them, so that when they get back, students write another essay on what that blank actually was like. Sometimes it's kind of mind-blowing what their image is to what it actually turns out to be. So India, we love India because India is an amazing country that strikes all of our senses: tastes, sights, sounds, and so on. A day in the India program, it varies dramatically. When we arrive, you'll see the chaotic streets of Bangalore, wheeling and dealing of street vendors with their homemade local crafts, to enjoying the smell of incense sitting in front of 1,000-year-old statues of Hindu gods and goddesses in the temples near Sutur. That's the second city we go to. We stay at a range of lodgings, from a type of business hotel where it's like local salespeople and businessmen stay in Bangalore. Then when we move to Sutur, that middle city, we're actually staying at a dormitory, kind of a dorm/educational religious compound. And then in the final city where we visit the Research Institute, we're in a fairly modern 4-star hotel with a pool. So all the meals are included here with the JTerm in India program. And some of those meals are just fantastically prepared for us with local ingredients by a chef that they bring in. So all transportation with the JTerm in India program is also provided. We have local guides and bus driver, so they can actually get us around to places that one who's been there over a dozen times, I would not even venture to go. Also, students though, they do have a tendency to hop in those tuk-tuks, the rickshaws, and go on their little exploring tours of town. So we meet lots of people. We meet small business people. We also visit disadvantaged and women-owned businesses, organic farmers, and as well as researchers and scientists at the Food Research Institute. So India, if you check a map, it's like quite literally physically as far as you can go away from River Falls. So when you think of a study abroad experience, we want you to really make it count. So you might never get the opportunity to go to India again. So we want you to take this chance. It really might change your life. So where we go in Bangalore, there's not so much like fried silkworms and insects, but the amazing variety of spices and colors and flavors really makes Indian food like 1,000 times better than the India Palace over in the Twin Cities or the restaurants here in the US. So what I love about India is just the fantastic array of flavors and smells and colors that just really excites all of your senses. One of my favorite trips was that visit to the coffee plantation. We actually saw coffee trees with the little coffee beans on the trees. And we went through the tour and saw the actual planting of the trees and stuff. They weren't harvesting when we were there, but they did have some coffee from their plantation that most of us picked up a bag full of fresh coffee beans. So they're green yet. They're not roasted at that time. Our advice to a student is really do your study abroad and make it count. So just do a study abroad that you just won't put on your resume. You want one that flies off your resume, like the JTerm in India. It gets you noticed because employers know that you took that extra step to learn something new. And actually, when you're in India, you literally learn something new every waking minute of the day.